Hey guys, let's get right into it. So, Jenny and Sumit. Girl, I don't even know where to start. Now, I watched this show on my DVR, so maybe I'm missing the part where Sumit and Jenny talk about him being married for 2 years, because in last week's episode, we left off with Sumit telling Jenny that he was married for not even married for 2 years, just married. And then that was like the cliffhanger. And then when we come back to this episode, I see Miss Jenny in a room by herself, just bawling, like travailing. Rewinding this episode, I'm like, did I miss something? Because I didn't get it. I didn't see it. If you guys were able to see the conversation, you know what? Maybe they play that in More to Love, because I know that sometimes you guys watch the More to Love episode and you comment on my reviews. I'm only commenting from my first time watching it on the regular episode, not the More to Love. So if you've watched the More to Love and they had like an aftermath of that, or like an aftermath of that conversation of Sumit revealing that he was married, let us sister know, because it was not in my episode. Anyway, we get Miss Jenny sitting on the bed just crying. She is like absolutely heartbroken, and she tells us what happened because Sumit is not there in the home with her. She lets us know that while they were home doing, grown stuff or whatever, they get a knock at the door, and it is Sumit's father-in-law. She said he walked in and was like, "What's up, Jenny?" He sits on a chair and he's just like, "I'm Sumit's father-in-law. He's been married to my daughter for 2 years." This dude has been married for 2 years? Jenny, how did it? I thought that they really knew it. What is going on with Sumit? He's been married for 2 years, decided to have an affair on national TV. What is going on with this man? Something ain't right. Something is still not sitting right with me with this family, because then Jenny talks about how Sumit's family came to the apartment to drag him away and to jump her. I was like, what? So the mother and everybody burst into the house right after the father-in-law and literally dragged Sumit out the house. Sumit was trying to fight the people because he wanted to stay with Jenny. They asked him if he loved her, and he said he loved them. They dragged him out. Jenny tried to intervene, and Jenny was like, the mother was like, "Don't you." Y'all, let me tell you something. I will be honest with you. I was mad at the producers because I was just like, how did you guys not stake this apartment out? How did you not know all of this stuff? Because I feel like they had to have known that Sumit was married. But if you knew that Sumit was married and you knew that he was moving Jenny all the way out here to hide her because his family is essentially gangster and they was going to drag him out the house, why weren't you like having a camera crew sitting outside of this freaking apartment, because you knew at some point that family was going to show up there? How did you guys miss this? I love Miss Jenny, but I really wanted to see Sumit's mother go, "Don't you touch my son." I wanted to see it. Like, out of everything we've seen this season, we didn't get to see Sumit's family drag him out the house and try to jump Jenny. That was some good TV right there that we missed out on. Anyway, Miss Jenny is absolutely heartbroken. She's crying. I'm crying. I'm mad at Sumit, but it seems like next week he's going to give us his side with all of this sympathy. But guys, something is not adding up with this story. First of all, the father-in-law followed him and Jenny's apartment on a motorcycle, came in, addressed himself to Jenny because he knew who she was. Then the family came in and they all dragged him out with his wife. His wife was there as well. Let me tell you something. I know that this is the culture or this is the tradition or whatever, but if I was that wife, I would have talked to my family and I would have been like, you know what? No shade, right? No shade. But if we got to go through all of this to get this man to stay married to me, it's okay. I'm good. I don't want to be in this relationship. He is sitting up here living with a woman thrice my age, don't want nothing to do with me. Y'all gotta beat him up and drag him out so that he could be with me. I'm good. I mean, if they got kids, just give me some child support. But I don't want to be in this marriage either. If this is what he has to go through to be with me, hell no. Does she have any say so in that? Because I would have told my father, I'm good on him. I am good. How can she have sex? Child. I probably would have beat up him and Jenny, and then I would have been like, you know what, I'm good on this relationship. We can get divorced today, and I want everything you got. Listen, guys, it seems like this is an arranged marriage, and I feel sorry for the both of them. But Sumit, you married this woman. You know what I mean? You grown. You in your 30s. I get that it's a different culture, and I'm probably speaking out of turn. Please forgive me. However, you then wined and dined this American woman, brought her over here, got on a TV show, knowing that you were married for 2 years, knowing that this was something very dangerous. What if that family want to beat Jenny up? Like, I feel sorry for the dude, but I can't feel fully sorry for him because he did not have to involve Jenny. And I know some people said that they read on some blog or whatever that Jenny knew. Guys, the way this woman was crying, her body was shaking. She was humiliated. That woman did not know that he was married for 2 years. They probably had the conversation that the family is trying to marry him off. I think what happened is that he was like, oh, my family wants me to get married. So Jenny was probably like, if we're going to get married, I have to move out there to be with you, because if I don't hurry up and move out here to be with you and marry you, then they're going to try to marry you off to somebody else. That's what I think probably happened. But I don't think that Jenny knew that he was married for 2 years. The way she described everything that went down, I don't think that she was in on this. I do feel bad for Sumit because it seems like him and Jenny do have a real love, but you were married for 2 years. This isn't right. This isn't right to any other women in your life. This isn't right to your wife. This isn't right to your soon-to-be wife, Jenny. Like, it's just not good. And then the mother broke the shrine. I have subscribers from all over the world. Guys, if you know why this woman, while Sumit's mother came in and broke the shrine, if you know why she did that, please let me know. Because Jenny mentioned it, so obviously it was a really big thing. I just thought she came in there just, tearing the place up because she's pissed. But obviously her breaking this shrine meant something. So let me know if you guys know what that meant and why she did that, because Jenny was really heartbroken about that. She was also really scared. And then she went and told her daughter what happened. I was just like, you know what? My parents had me when they were very young. But my God, today, thank God I didn't have to go through anything like this with you know what? Well, my dad was on drugs for a while. That is traumatic. I will say this, but my mother has always been a sane parent in my life. She hasn't done any kind of foolish, like move to another country in her old age, stressing me out. The only thing my mother has done is, decided to go back to school. You know what I mean? That's the only drastic change in her life since we become adults. She's gone back to school. She put her life on hold and now she's living her life. But oh my goodness, Jenny's daughter, I just felt her pain. Your mother is calling you from a different country, a foreign country that you financially cannot get to like that. And you already told her that. You told her, if I leave, I can't get back to you right away. So please just come with me. She decided to stay. She calls you crying, telling you everything that happens. I was just like, oh, I wouldn't wish this on anybody, because I'm hurting listening to Miss Jenny tell her daughter this. So I can only imagine what her daughter is going through. And while her daughter is crying with her mother, I was looking at her wife, Sumit. She is going to rock your skull. That wife was sitting there just listening and plotting. Her face, I was like, oh, she beating up everybody in that family. They are getting a ticket tonight and they are going to India, and it is hands on deck. Anybody who runs into Jenny's daughter-in-law is catching these hands. Well deserved, because guys, what the hell is going on here? I'm listening to Jenny's story. Sumit has been married for 2 years, but his friends, none of the friends mentioned it. Something is not right. There are so many holes in his story, and it's just stressing me out because I feel like they really love each other. But this story isn't making any sense. Help a sister out. Guys, something is not adding up here. I don't know what it is. If you have some real tea, let me know, because this story is not making sense. You know what? I'm about to date myself, right? But when this whole thing was going down, I was like, this is Mississippi masala all over again. I remember watching that movie, not really knowing what was going on because I was a kid. But now I think about that movie now, and I'm just like, they did the same thing to Denzel Washington. Who saw Mississippi Masala as a kid? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I was so confused. I was like, why are brown people fighting each other? I didn't understand. I didn't know the difference. I was a kid. Corey and Evelyn. We didn't get much of Corey this episode because him and his family is still dealing with the loss of his father. I think they put him in there just to catch us up with him because he's probably going to have a really big storyline in the next episode. But I just felt like we didn't need it. Here's why. This dude lost his father. Like, get the cameras out of his face, out of his mother's face. Like, she's over here trying to talk about Corey, but she's crying in the midst of it. We don't need this one. We don't need this catch up. I get what they were trying to do because we're going to get a lot of Corey the next episode, but I just felt like we should have just left them alone. You know, let these people mourn and heal in private. And then, you know, when the time is right, let's get back into the Corey and Evelyn storyline. What did you guys think? Did you need to see Corey? Did you need to get that follow-up? Like, of course the dude is hurting. Like, there wasn't anything new. I didn't learn anything that I didn't know. I just felt like it wasn't necessary. What do you guys think? Let's talk about it. Karine and Paul. Nothing much really happened with Karine and Paul that was just like, you know, controversial or anything like that. Karine and Paul are parents now. I don't know what it is about the presence of little Pierre, but this couple, to me, I never thought that they could make it. The way they've been acting since Pierre has been born, I'm just like, I see this working. I cannot believe I'm saying this about Karine and Paul. It just seemed like having this baby got both of them together. Like, they both really matured and just, it seems like Paul is really pulling his weight, not stressing out Karine, because when we see Karine, mother got new eyebrows and some eyelashes. I say, yes, mother, live your best life. You done had a baby. That don't mean you gotta be walking around these streets looking raggedy. She got a nice little pressing curl. She got her eyebrows did and her lashes. Because Karine in all her scenes, I say, yes, girl, yes. But she looks great. Paul, we're not getting any of his antics. Granted, it's been 2 episodes, so who knows? But I'm looking at this couple like, they could make it. They could. Pierre, that baby is so beautiful. Those lips, those beautiful lips and them chubby brown legs. Oh my God. Every time that baby is on my screen, I'm just like, oh my God. He's so adorable. So Paul's mom has finally arrived to Brazil, and Karine is uncomfortable at first because she doesn't know how the mother is going to receive her, because she knows that Paul has said some really nasty things about her to his mother, and she's just like, that's, you know, her child, so she might not really receive me properly. But when Paul's mother saw Karine, everything just melted away. Everything. They had a really great interaction, and then when she saw the baby, she picked up little Pierre, held him in her arms, and she just started crying. And then Paul was crying because he's looking at his mother holding his child. It was beautiful with this couple. I am rooting for Karine and Paul. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. I really like this couple. I really, really do. And a lot of you have told me that you have seen a lot of pictures of them and they're in the United States. I hope that they're in the United States now. This is a place that Karine really wants to live. And I think for the both of them, career opportunities are bountiful for them in the States. And, you know, just a better lifestyle for Karine. I hope that in the future she can get her parents to come here and live in the United States with them, or at least get her mother to come out there to the United States to be with her for about 6 months or so. Because you don't want Pierre to not have both of his grandmothers in his life. You know, your grandparents are very influential and very important in your child's life as well. So I really hope the best for this couple. I don't know what happened. You know, I don't know what the presence of little baby Pierre has done, but he has really came in and just saved this entire situation. I'm telling you, y'all need to name him, or at least give him the middle name of Jesus, because he came in like the savior and did a 180 in this family. Oh, little Pierre, them lips. Oh, that baby's so beautiful. Oh, you know what? I'm getting baby fever. No, we got work to do. Miss Laura and Aladin, because one of you guys told me that Miss Laura is pronouncing his name wrong. It actually is Aladin, so I'm calling him Aladin. So it's the first celebration for their wedding, and Aladin is just living his best life, enjoying it, and he wants his wife to come out and participate, but she's going through it because her son does not want to be involved in anything that they're doing. And then she goes and sits down and speaks to her son, and he's just like, I don't want any parts of this. You know what I mean? Like, I told you that I will come to your wedding. I didn't say I will come to all of your celebrations. She like walks out the room and she starts crying and falling apart. And her son, who is visibly hurt by it, right? I think that he really felt bad that he had to put his foot down with his mom. But from their conversation, it seems like Miss Laura has constantly put this young man in these situations with the men in her life. And he's tired of it. He's sick of it. He has seen his mother make really bad decisions. And he even said, then I gotta come in, swoop in and save the day. And he's just like, I can tell you when these men are not good for you. I tell you every time, you do not listen to me. It all falls apart. And then we're back here again. He's exhausted. He is really tired of essentially raising his mama. So I understand. I really do understand where he's coming from. But to just see them have that argument and to see her leave out of his room and go into the hallway and fall apart, and then to see him and these two love each other. And I hate when they get into arguments, because when you love someone, you can make their day or you can ruin their day. Because you care for them so much, they partly have power over your emotions. You know what I mean? Like, they can either cut you deep or they can uplift you out of the deepest depths of hell, you know? So I don't know. It was sad watching them argue, because I know they love each other. And I know her son is only there to protect his mom, but he's exhausted. He's only 21. And he's like, we keep on being here, Mom. Like, I'm tired of being here with you. And you know, he probably didn't want to say it to his mom on TV, but she's like forcing him to participate in stuff that he doesn't want to do, because he's tired of seeing his mother go through this. And he's tired of having to constantly save her from these situations. He even told her, he said, I can see when it's a bad guy, and I see that you're about to marry a bad guy. And apparently her son was right, because shout out to Gugu Lathu 1895, who sent me some tea on Instagram. So apparently one of these 90 Day Fiance channels Instagram pages reached out to Miss Laura, who was like saying on her Instagram that she is pregnant by or was pregnant by Aladin. So a lot of people weren't believing her. She was fighting with them in the comments section. So this person DM'd her, and they had a really long conversation. And she was saying that she had a preoptic pregnancy. Like, she was saying that she's not at menopause age yet, so she still can get pregnant. And she actually lost the child, and she was trying to reach out to Aladin, but he had blocked her. So there was no way that he could have known that she was pregnant or that she lost the baby, because not only did he block her on Instagram, he kicked her out of her place and out of their place or his place that she's staying in, and did not let her come in and get the rest of her things. She reached out to the police, but they were just like, we're not getting involved in this matter. She's also not from there, so there was really nothing that she can do. I don't know what happened to them, but I think they had a fight about him and women, and he put her out of their place, and she ended up going back to the United States. He blocked her. They haven't talked since this argument. So she was pregnant and lost a child. He don't even know what happened because they're not talking. How is this going to work out at the reunion? Was it already filmed? Let me know in the comment section if you know if the reunion was already filmed, because I'm really curious to see how these couples ended up. Thank you, Gugu Lathu 1895, for that tea, because you just helped me and my viewing audience confirm that Miss Laura's son was right. Oh, that poor kid, that's watching his mom make dumb mistakes after mistake after mistake after mistake with men, and he can't do anything because he's the kid. You know what I mean? I hope his dad ain't as reckless. Well, his dad cheated on his mama, so his father is probably making dumb decisions with women. That poor boy. I love that boy. I know a lot of y'all think that he is spoiled or whatever, but I love him. I think that he is such a sweet lion. I think that he is such a sweetheart. I think she did a really good job. Miss Laura and Tiffany did a really good job in raising their sons. They have raised some amazing young men, and I feel bad for them boys, because I think they just have mothers who make terrible decisions with men. They are stuck in this cycle of constantly having to reap the consequences of their mother's poor decision solely concerning men. It's not fair. It's not fair, but they got some good kids. They raised them boys very well. Speaking of Tiffany, so Tiffany and Ronald are off to visit a free clinic. No, not a free clinic, a public hospital, because they need to see where she's going to give birth. Now, Ronald wants to put her in a private hospital because he said that it's better, but he ain't got no money. She ain't got no money. Why in the hell did you guys get pregnant? Because Tiffany said that she intentionally got pregnant. They had planned this pregnancy. You planned to get pregnant, but neither one of you can afford a private hospital. You plan to get pregnant, but neither one of you can afford a private hospital that you prefer and actually need to have this child. Tiffany, listen, I know you want Ronald to be there for the birth of your child. I know y'all both want that, but sis, maybe you need to come have this baby in America. If I was you, that's what I would do, because it's just, or maybe just send your son back home to the States to live with your mama. I can't with this chick, because you moved your beautiful boy. She has a wonderful son. You moved her to an area that is extremely segregated. Now, we got segregation and we got issues over here in the United States, but from what you guys have told me in the comment section, especially where she moved that baby, there are some issues racially. Why would you move that beautiful boy who, look, guys, did you remember the scene where his best friend, who happens to be a beautiful young black boy, when he saw his friend, his black friend, place his feet on that playground grass, the way that boy lit up and the way they ran to each other and embraced it. Tiffany, why would you take that child, that wonderful child, and put him in this environment? Because if Ronald is living like this, Lord knows what he's saying to that baby in that home. Lord knows what Tiffany is allowing that fool to speak about the black people in his area. That just breaks my heart. That just breaks my heart, because Ronald is going to be a huge influence in his life. And if he has any racist ideals, he will be speaking them in the home. And Tiffany, no shade, you seem dumb enough to me that you will stand for anything as long as it's attached to a dude that you are interested in. You seem like that girl. You seem like that girl who got a racist boyfriend, but you'll let everybody else know, oh, I love him, but I don't agree with his views. Are you kidding me? If you have a racist, homophobic, misogynistic, bigoted, prejudiced partner, you agree with them. You cannot be laying down, getting your back blown out by this bigot, and then get up and say, oh no, I don't agree. And now that's his views, not mine. Really? You complicit. You complicit, sis. Now, I'm not talking about family. You can't pick and choose your family. Lord, I wish you could. But you pick that partner. And that just concerns me, especially from what I've learned from my own research and from what you guys, my subscribers who actually live in South Africa, the tea that y'all have been giving me. I'm concerned about that beautiful soul. That boy is so precious, and I feel like she's going to have him in an environment that is going to ruin him. Anyway, enough of my mama rant. Tiffany and Ronald go to this public hospital. They don't like the conditions. They are very concerned for her health and safety of their child, because it's just not the best place, right? Because it's overcrowded. It seems like the public hospital probably gets government funding. And you know, if the government is funding anything, it's trash, okay? Bust Thorba. Ronald is complaining about it. Tiffany is acting like she hasn't seen anything like this before. And she starts comparing it to the United States. And I'm like, girl, shut up. You haven't seen a hospital like this before? This doesn't exist in the United States of America. Excuse me, we have free clinics. It just looks like a free clinic to me. We have government-run hospitals and we have free clinics in the United States of America. That public hospital looked like a free clinic to me. So Tiffany over here acting real brand new, and I think she's probably doing it up for the cameras, but I was just like, you reaching. Now, Ronald, I know that's how you feel, but Tiffany, you doing the most. You doing the most. America does have privileges, but girl, we got public hospitals. We just call them free clinics. Stop it. Anyway, I just realized that I am like, I gotta calm myself down, because I gotta be real. After y'all gave me the tea on Tiffany and Ronald and where they're living and where they choose to live, I got no tolerance for this couple. None. Not an ounce. None. After they leave this public hospital, Ronald is lying about how he gonna raise this money to get, you know, enough money for Tiffany to have their baby in a private hospital. And Tiffany don't believe him. I don't believe him. Ronald don't believe his damn self. I'm like, where you getting this money from? You don't have no job. You don't have, and you also a criminal. Ain't nobody trying to give you a job. So where you getting it from? You gonna gamble? Jeez, Tiffany, give me that baby or send your son back to live with his mother. He don't deserve this. That beautiful child does not deserve the foolishness that you have put him in. Wrap this up because I was having a good day and Tiffany and Ronald then put me in the space and I rebuke it in the mighty and the matchless name of Jesus. That's it for me, guys. I enjoyed this episode up until Tiffany and Ronald, so that's why I'm getting out of here. But what did you guys think about this episode? Let's talk about it in the comment section below. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you Monday. I'll try to get it to you Monday night, if not Tuesday. Do I have anything? Am I working next week? No, I'm good next week. So yeah, my reviews will probably be on time next week because I haven't gotten a schedule for my work week. So I think I'm good. I think I'm off next week. We will see. But I will see you sometime next week for the following episode of Before the Nikki. This is 90 Day Fiance the other way, girl. Keep it together. Thank you guys for stopping by. I truly appreciate it. Love you much. Bye.